What's up, folks? Total War is here. We got another great Rome 2 battle today. This one is going to be Tylis facing off with the Ariverni in the middle of the desert. So there's some sand dunes that'll give a little bit of a tactical advantage to either side. But let's see the army compositions. It was large army, but it was very low funds. So your army, or it was medium funds, I believe. So the composition is going to be mostly lighter units, but they will be pretty large armies, at least on my side. So we're going to have some raiding horsemen here on my flank, as well as some raiding horsemen in the center there, and then two more raiding horsemen on my left flank. And then I kind of went around, positioning around on the sand dunes, hoping to take those as high points. We got Celtic warriors up front on both sides. We had got a Levy Freeman there kind of guarding the center. And then I got some Gallo Thracians here, I believe. Yeah, two Gallo Thracian infantry there. Three more Gallo Thracians there, two more in the center. I have three Oathsworn, one on either flank, and then my general in the center, of course, and then two Celtic slingers aiding either flank. The Ariverni here, they've went for a different setup, mainly an archer setup, or Celtic youths, Celtic slingers, all the way across. That's Celtic slingers and Celtic youths, and we got those Oathsworn and chosen swords. I got one Oathsworn, three chosen swords, and the rest of that's Celtic warriors there, 5 Celtic warriors. This little blob of units that's moving out to the right is going to be heavy horse. I see 2 of those. Naked warrior, Levy Freeman, 2 chevrons on that one. Light horse, Levy Freeman, 1 chevron. Another naked warrior, Levy Freeman, another chevron. Light horse. Here we got Levy Freeman, naked warriors, and another Levy Freeman. This one here has 2 chevrons on it. Okay, so let's see how this one plays out. And we'll begin here. He's going to start by moving his cavalry all his cavalry to my right. Or to his right, my left. I'm going to send my 2 raiding horsemen to help with that. The 3rd from the center as well is going to start shifting over, as well the Oathsworn, the heavier infantry, going to move up to help in case of a frontal charge. Those heavy Oathsworn should be able to intercept that without too much trouble. My Celtic warriors there reforming, moving back, and advancing there on the right to kind of form, because he's pushing me back into the left while he moves forward into the right. I don't know why. Here my raiding horsemen have moved up. They're going to take that sand dune. The rest of my army is staying pretty stationary. I'm moving a few of those Levy Freemen there in the center out. And then my raiding horsemen just starting to get some javelins off towards that incoming cavalry. I was trying to debate whether to go with the light horse or the raiding horsemen. I decided with the raiding horsemen because they're kind of dual purpose. I believe they have better stats than the light horse, of Tylis at least. So I went with those because they have the archer ability as well as the decent stats. And I hope it pays off. So we'll see how that plays out. You'll see my other units. I'm moving my Gallo Thracians over as well now, as well as my 4 Celtic warriors moving up to support my raiding horsemen, taking the flank there, and my Oathsworn back across the center. Okay, and I'll be moving up here. I want to take this sand dune if possible, just to get myself a little hill advantage. I don't know if the sand dunes give the terrain advantage, just because they're such a slight slope. Okay, and then my Gallo Thracians here are going to take a charge from every cavalry unit he has, it appears. Light horse coming in there. We're going into wedge formation. He's also charging a lot of light infantry up. I don't like this. I need to get rid of that bulk of infantry. My cavalry's coming around. I see 4 Gallic hunters just appeared there, started firing on my horsemen. I did pull my raiding horsemen back, and then I changed my mind. I decided to lock them into melee mode, and then I went full force right into these Gallic hunters. He underestimated me by leaving his Gallic hunters exposed. I see 5 of those now. Another one just appeared. You'd think I keep my raiding horsemen safe, use the missiles to the max, but I don't do that. If my missile calf can't be used in melee, then they are worthless to me. So we'll see Light Horse trying to salvage those Gallic hunters, and the Gallic hunters are trying to pull back towards that main infantry line. And I'm sending more cavalry support in there as well. And it looks like I'm routing quite a few of those. I see at least one is routing, 3 wavering. Did get a cavalry in there. Another 2 are wavering now. The heavy horse did pull out. My Oathsworn's in there. That's got 29 kills. My Gallowthracians are chewed through that cavalry. Did a good job of making that out. And now the Naked Warrior's going to come in. They're going to take a charge by my raiding horsemen, though. They're not going to like that. I'm going to pull through, try to get to those Gallic Hunters who are reforming. I don't want to do that, or I want to get through there, but I do not want to take this Levy Freeman on with that cavalry now that it's stationary. Those Gallowthracians also will pull out now. Rather than charge them into that mass. This cavalry here is still running down a few of those Gallic Hunters. Make sure they for sure get out of the game. I don't need those rallying and coming back. That's a really good unit and could be a huge threat later on. So you see him reforming here. He's got his archers in the front, in the center, and then he's got those flanked by some cheaper, lighter infantry, and then his main heavier infantry force is on the left. I got some cavalry and some Celtic warriors out there as well to kind of do a flanking move. I have extended quite a bit. I've kind of wrapped around him on this side, coming in, taking up against this red line, so he can't, or he is flanked on this side. I can't keep pushing though as he's pulling back to form up on that. Unfortunately, here my raiding horsemen are going to fall back and then turn and fight that heavy horse. The heavy horse shouldn't do too much damage. My raiding horsemen should win pretty quickly on that. Yeah, and they'll get out, they'll throw a round of javelins, and that should end pretty quickly in my favor. Here we do have a Gallowthracian at 105, but it's got red morale now. Another Gallowthracian here at 2 and charging in. Then another one here at 152 charging in to aid these guys. I think it's that Naked Warrior in there. If it cycle charges, well, the Levy Freeman hold me. They've got a good chance. I got a Gallic Hunter there as well, firing in on that. And then my raiding horseman at 113 on the flank. And I have taken the crest of this sand dune, so that's what I was aiming for from the beginning. I'm glad that I took that. That was my goal when we started shifting over here, and I succeeded in that. I don't want to get into an archer engagement, just because of his overwhelming numbers of archers. I do charge my raiding horsemen in here and do get a part of those Gallic Hunters. I also get a part of those Naked Warriors, so I'm going to pull through and try to get out to those Gallic Hunters. He does turn around a Levy Freeman, and I'm just kind of rampaging back and forth there, selecting different targets, trying to get max damage out of that. I am losing quickly, though. I got 176 on that unit. I'm trying to get that Gallic Hunter out of there, though. I don't need that unit staying in the fight. The Gallowthracian infantry, though, is going to pull out of the fight and reform, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to reform so that he doesn't flank me with his other infantry. Meanwhile, here comes the Oathsworn. They're going to intercept these Naked Warriors, because the Naked Warriors will do a lot more damage against lighter infantry. Up against this heavy infantry, they won't do too much damage. So my Oathsworn are going to start chopping through those as they were chasing that cavalry, actually. And that Oathsworn intercepted them, thankfully. Now I got more raiding horsemen coming to this flank. Getting some shots into those Naked Warriors as they flee. Now the Gallowthracians as well. No, that was from the raiding horsemen. I thought that was a javelin volley, but it wasn't. Okay, so these Oathsworn at 59. The other one wrapping around the flank here at 81. So my Oathsworn doing some quick damage to start that out. He did move up his archers and try to get some shots at my lighter infantry. I'll move up my Celtic slingers just to give a little bit of support fire there and see what I can do just so my infantry doesn't get mutilated entirely. They have a little bit of hope of survival. It's very slim, though. Okay, and continuing to wrap him up on this flank, these Gallowthracians moving in there, intercepting that Levy Freeman, and then that Oathsworn continuing to do damage, getting around there, 130 on that unit, 133 now, as it takes apart a Naked Warrior and a heavy horse, about to get charged by that Levy Freeman, but my Gallowthracians have broken through on this flank because of that, because he pulled that Levy Freeman back. I should be able to get to those Gallic Hunters or those Levy Freemen there, and hopefully do some decent damage. I do have his other units pinned down. He can't pull aid for that due to my Gallowthracians in a threatening position there on the sand dune. I charge in my cavalry there, those raiding horsemen. They get a part of the slingers as he did not have infantry support nearby. Not enough to rout them, but it does force them back and stop the fire that was coming down on my units. It'll also give me time to reposition my Celtic slingers. He's pulling his Oathsworn over there. That's something I'm going to have to watch out for. Can't have that one getting in the way of these Celtic warriors, as that will rip through those pretty fast. I see my General Oathsworn moving as well to kind of intercept that towards the center. And then now my Oathsworn here at 219, these Gallo Thracians at 181 and 118. We got a Naked Warrior going to get a side charge on those. That's no good. Those light units will not take that charge very well. I'm going to get my Oathsworn in there though and try to help minimize the damage there. I'm trying to pull out some of those Gallo Thracians and cycle charge them so that they don't take that charge directly. That one's already going to route there at 40 kills. 40 men, 187 kills. The Naked Warriors at 32, 34, 35. They're climbing fast, but now that my Oathsworn's in there, that should turn around in my favor pretty quick. I have another Oathsworn here on the flank that can help. I also have Gallo Thracians charging his Levy Freeman, which will crack pretty quickly. So I will have an advantage now as I continue to push around on that flank there. And this Oathsworn pulling it apart of these Naked Warriors and those Levy Freeman. 259, 260 kills there. And that Naked Warrior and Levy Freeman don't stand a chance. I don't know why I stopped that Gallo Thracian there. It was a bad idea. I maybe wanted a javelin fight with some superior Levy Freeman in that consideration because they have more volleys and more men. Just because I've used a number of my volleys already. I'm also going to start taking some fire from those Celtic youths. Not what I wanted. I'm going to get an Oathsworn in there, though, uncontested. That's what I'm looking for, those kind of engagements. I did charge in my Raiding Horseman once again. It looks like I routed one of his slingers, and he is reforming now, but he has those Chosen Swords now in front. So my push is going to get a little bit stalled there for getting rid of his archers. Over here, my Celtic Warriors are coming around the flank. He's got a bunch of Celtic Warriors here ready to stop me, as well as that Oathsworn, and that's the problem for me. I probably should have started focusing this Celtic Slinger on those Oathsworn just because they're firing from the back and the non-shield side. Probably could have done a bit of damage that would have been quite useful. I'm moving my cavalry over to that flank now as well. Is over here, his Levy Freemen have routed under the push of my Oathsworn. I'm getting some Raiding Horsemen rear charging some other units. This Oathsworn at 340 kills, and this one at 120 now, as I continue to cut through those Levy Freemen, the lighter units on that flank. And now he's pretty much out of light units to cover that. Those Celtic youths going to get a taste of my Raiding Horsemen, but they will take them down at 191. Let's see, my Oathsworn have also gotten into that fight, and here come the Gallo Thracians around the flank trying to get to those Celtic Slingers. But once again, the Chosen Swordsmen up front there. I got those Levy Freemen up there, just getting a minor engagement. It looks like the Celtic Slingers got pushed a little bit too forward, or they used too far forward, or they used all their ammunition, got forced into an engagement they don't like, and they took heavy losses, might rout from that. He did not move over his Chosen Swords, and my Gallo Thracians have managed to get through to the Celtic Slingers, and his flank on this side is completely wrapped up, as this Oathsworn's at 397 and earned a double chevron. This one's at 184 and earned one chevron. Meanwhile, his Oathsworn's cutting through pretty quickly, 73 kills already. Got one of my Celtic Warriors on the route, and I have a Gallo Thracian infantry that I just charged in. Has racked up 5 kills but for 1 loss, but it'll quickly start dying with that Oathsworn around. We do have some Celtic Warriors there going up against those Chosen Swords. Not the kind of engagement I'm looking for there. I need to get one that's a little bit more in my favor. I'm moving up the rest of my Celtic Warriors, and I'm out of reserves here, and it could come down to if his Chosen Swords can hold on. As my Oathsworn are wrapping around the flank here, these Chosen Swords are losing, but they're putting up more fight than the other ones were. This guy's at 207 and taking fire. Actually, that might be friendly fire. Hold on. Those Celtic Slingers are firing at the backs of those Chosen Swords. Scrap that. My Oathsworn are not taking fire. Or they might be. I don't know, I guess. These Celtic youths could be doing something. Okay, that Gallo Thracian infantry's dying. My Oathsworn's coming around the flank, though, so could help that fight. I don't know if I want to engage this 82 Oathsworn, though, against that 149 Chosen Sword. I don't think that's a good engagement. My General Oathsworn here has gotten through to those Chosen Swords, going to start cutting through those pretty quickly. Also getting some cavalry support from the Raiding Horsemen, who's been rear-charging some of the lighter Celtic Warriors. This Oathsworn going to get surrounded by a Gallo Thracian infantry after I broke through on his Celtic Warriors. So now that Oathsworn's surrounded and cut off from reinforcements at 145, but not going to go down without a fight as it continues to cut down my Gallo Thracians before routing. There we have another Celtic youth and it's now a massacre as my Celtic warriors have broken through to the Celtic youths. My Oathsworn going over there, I did manage to engage, or turn to engage, those Chosen Swords. I lose a few on the Javelin Volley, and then the Chosen Swords will meet, but army loss is going to kick in pretty soon, and it has already, and that's going to rout them without much of a fight. I do have my Slingers yet moving up, so that'll end this one. I had to do a quick field change there as he pushed me to the side, and then those Gallic Hunters came out, but in the end, I managed to survive. And so I got 3,207 kills here, 73 on my general. My raiding horsemen all did great, most of them over 100 kills. One of them over 200 kills. My Celtic Slingers got 0 and 0, but the other one got 148 and 14. So the Celtic Slingers a little disappointing. I didn't use them quite as effectively, though, just because of his superior archer power. My Celtic Warriors, kind of a meat shield unit, 101, I believe, being the best of those. And then my Gallo-Thracians at 313 being the highest. Levy Freeman at 40. My Oathsworn reaching 404. And then his Oathsworn General, 156. I think that's going to be his highest killing unit. His archers did okay. 133 on that Chosen Sword, and 108 on those, 122 on the Naked Warriors, 86 on that Levy Freeman. Good use of the Levy Freeman. So thank you for my PPEIL Tinix. Excuse me if I said that wrong. And thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.